Welcome back. So now we are going to be talking about how this little matter, as we can say, escalated right to the court. So they pursued us right to this Mr. Manolo's house where we took refuge. After that, what happened?
Well, after that, they were to kill us. And one
They
of
were
our
determined
brothers
to
of the
kill us.
family said that they should go and cut sticks from the bush. So when they brought that stick from the bush, they throw it on the ground. So one brother called Ekoko Peter Ejabi, I will never forget him, and we are praying for the salvation of that family.
Okay.
So
Is he still alive?
Yes, he's still alive. He's the one who went to Nguti to go and take gendarmes. Say if they don't come, they will kill these boys.
And that was also the power of God, because to go to Nguti and come with those gendarmes and we were still alive. It is God that was preserving us.
So when they came with the gendarmes were to go empty-handed. The commander said, go, we go.
Because you fight the people with
Say
God.
when you go empty-handed, you will not succeed. Go, we go. So immediately they came and took us. One of the brother who is of late now, Galen, he told the general, do you think that they cannot take that gun from their hand? So
these were people whose hearts were seared.
and he's of late.
And he's of late.
He's of late. And all the juju people who were really involved at that time, they are died.
Where are they spending eternity?
So now we're taken to the brigade, and we were there almost 1 week. We were released. The matter went to court. After almost from that March, April, May, June, July, up to August, the case was to be adjourned.
And they were determined that we were going to
go to prison.
For 9 years.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, the villagers were happy already.
Happy, and they could do everything to support.
To support.
In every way.
Just so you people are silent.
Are silent. So,
and was it during that time that we were sent away from school?
Yeah, during that time, you, Akama, Mbemaswa, the money we pay for the PTA was reimbursed back. The headmaster, since he also was a member of Juju, could not come to school that day. They were driving you people and giving your money back. So Uncle don't have to go to Nguti
to report
to the gendarme, to the inspector, and so the gentleman said that when they were driving us like people like that, if there was any camera to snap so that it can be right-handed because they can refute that they have not done it.
They have not done it. And back in the days, there were no phones, no network, no camera.
Yes. So the inspectorate wrote a letter to the chief that the children should be installed
back to school
immediately. So when people went to school, but what the children were doing, they were beating you people. So we could not endure it. So I have to send you to Pastor Lefambe.
So that was
and then I sent Akama to Ebanga. Tongue was too small. Then.
So guys, can you see what I have also been through for Christ? Since from childhood, as a small child, I was beaten just because my parents believe in Jesus, and I, of course, I was a follower of Jesus. So when you see God blessing me, it is not because of today. We have a covenant. We have a covenant with God.
And God never forget His own.
And God can never
who
forget
have not
His own.
forsaken Him.
Who have not
so
forsaken
He must
Him.
fight their battle. And
So
when the inspector sent the letter and people will restore back to school, and with all this, that's why now I decided no, they can harm you people, so that we send you to Konye and Akama to Manyeme, and so we started praying. And so while the court was in court, my classmate and a friend. So he called me. He was the one who was handling the case. So when they started showing ways of favor, they removed him. Because they knew that he's looking, that means he will not follow the case as they thought.
As they really wanted. And I think they had connections and money.
No, he's a man of decision. He can jail you the way he wants. So with the bribe they have received behind, because he told me that they have eaten, they have drunk, and
they have taken money.
And that the senior judge has gone out with that young man's sister, and that so the matter will be against us. So if he were there, he know what he would have done. He said, "Boy, you are a friend and a classmate. For a judge to refuse something to you, it's not easy.
It's not easy. That was the problem. So in what circumstances, in what ways did God really revealed himself? Can you tell us a few instances where you saw the hand of God? I remember one time Mama prayed until fire came down. Can you tell us some of those
We
instances?
really saw the hand of God in
Yeah.
the case, because on the day of the judgment, Mama prayed until her legs were in that dream, were on the wall, and then he heard a voice say, "Brethren, pray, pray, pray. How do you know you might be saved this day?" And then your uncle wife also prayed, and then they were asked a question: "Why are you going to persecute the children for nothing?" So they were praying and confessing with their coat shaking. So when they get where my wife and your mother and your uncle wife got that money, your uncle wife discouraged us not to go to the court. She was but my wife, your mother, insisted that we should go to the court. You see, God is God of the last hour.
Yeah.
God is not a God.
So you people were afraid and you ran?
Because the state council have met with our pastor, Pastor Abel.
Yeah.
So now he said we are going to pay the 500,000. So that makes the devil is stepping in to bring fear, discouragement. So that's how now we're taking with fear. So after your mother and the co-wife, yes, so-called Banya, they went to the court. So your mother now went and met the state council directly.
What gave her the impetus to
Christ
do that?
gave him the bonus. So when she met the state council never had the authority to decide, because the state council a state council is just a state prosecution who give you, he find out from you a sinner, he find out from you, he will ask certain questions.
Their own side of the story.
Yes. So now when your mother went to him, he was an oracle, that's state councilman. So the state council now directed her to the magistrate. So when he met the magistrate inside the room, seated, he started discussing with the magistrate. Then the magistrate asked her, "Are you the husband of the man who just come from operation?" She said, "Yes." So you have how many children? The brother also was sucking breast then. So the brother was sucking. Jesus have mercy. So after that, okay, so let us go. Let our mother go. So they say court, they count this one, they say the children are acquitted. They count one, they say acquitted. They say yes, Ngwe Simon, Eyambe, Ngwe Edward, absent. They say they are guilty. Why are they not in court?
And our opponents were in court. They were waiting, and they were already jubilating in the village.
The lawyer that came for Dennis ran overnight. They asked Dennis, "Where's your lawyer?" Sir, he traveled over. So they say, person, sir. You say, state council say we should wait.
Juju
is talking.
Yeah.
So that's how we also say that we are going to shoot those that when they come out. Because they say person, sir. So the people were afraid to come with that video.
Because it
they
is
know
not
that we
actually
have arms
a spirit
in the house.
that have been
and then
deceiving
one thing
the
I
village.
have done is to kidnap us in the bush. So since we were going with our destiny up and down, they were afraid. So they signed a particular group so that they will just see us, kill us, and then lose us. They will not see us. They will say that thing and disappear us.
And this hatred has been there since.
Yes.
Just for no reason, just for Christ.
So that is when now. That was their plan. What I knew is that prayer was going on.
Okay.
Yes.
Like the word of God also said when Peter was in prison,
the brethren were
prayer
praying.
was made.
So prayer was going on.
Yeah.
Prayer was going
back
on.
to back.
Yes, prayer was going on.
And that is what prayer can do.
And the brethren really fed us while we were in sin. Yeah, they fed us.
Okay.
So, and the church sent Pastor Nyopo to come and be there with us during the period
I remember
of persecution.
Pastor Paul was with us.
He was there with
I
us.
really miss Pastor Paul. Yes. I think I should call him.
So now, after everything, my mom made the state council, and I made the magistrate. As the magistrate came out, this man is now, they said they are guilty now. Then he took those papers that we were charged of. Because the young man said he has lost his job, he has been growing madness and so on.
Because of us?
Yes, because of us. So most of those papers were disqualified. That of madness. How can a madman be walking? If he was totally mad, why was he walking?
Who is responsible for the cause of his madness?
So the thing was cancelled. Then they gave us a fine of 175,000 each. 1 year, 100,000 underhand labor. 75,000 6 months underhand labor. So this, as we were not in court, they said so as a court place. So a bench warrant was issued that we should be arrested. And so when your mother and the co-wife came, we have to now go to Nguti. As we went to Nguti together, the state council were just living.
Was it on that same day?
On that same day,
they had already discharged all
yes,
that
yes. It was evening time.
It was already finished.
Yes, finished. So when they saw us, they said we should go and meet our pastor. They did not arrest us.
But I thought a warrant was issued.
A warrant was issued, but they never arrested us. So when I meet our pastor, so the pastor took us where their guest house was. So we discussed that young man Dennis, he has cried because all what he requested, he demanded, knowing that he would be rich towards us if he failed. And so he went and met the gendarme. So those guys are here. So
happily,
yes,
that they should arrest you.
Yes, so when they took us to the gendarme now, we were there in sale. The job brought us at the time. What money do we have there? We say this morning, I think we had about 80,000. We gave them, they said we should go. So they only make a document that receives such a money. So Dennis remained in the
village.
In Nguti.
Okay.
He could not come in the daylight.
He
came in the night.
So
they say we should, since we paid that court fine.
We
paid it. They say we paid the court fine. Everything is true.
Okay.
That Dennis, the money they charged us in court was 350,000. I mean 330,000. So if we pay that money again, then there's no problem. So we started that money, the first set money, 50,000, and went and paid. When Denny went and collected that money, he came not up to 1 week, he died. And so we are still living up to now.
It means that he died without even collecting all the money.
No.
Meaning that who were those who actually collected the rest of
the family, the mother was collecting the money. So, when we have it, we go to the court and
so why did Dennis choose himself to be the one to carry this curse on him, to be the one to challenge the people of God? Because from what I've been discussing, it is the whole village that hated you people. It is the whole village that said, Juju, you are disrespecting Juju. So why did Dennis choose himself to be used, just like Judas Iscariot was used?
When a man has been predestinated for destruction, he will pursue the people. He will be used by the villager. Yes, because before he pursued me, he was warned not to go.
Who warned him?
Yes, Alex and one of our auntie son, John the Coco, who were drinking in his bar, but then he has a bar.
He had an offense.
They said he should not go. He never heard it. Because the devil had put in his hand. That is the way this guy can
just
be.
like the way Pharaoh was determined.
Yes.
And he saw the destruction
that followed.
And Dennis died an untimely
prematurely,
death.
Yes.
Without eating the money.
Without
watching my parents go to jail.
Yes.
Without also
he
giving his life to
says
Christ.
they will see how small David will put 2 Goliath down.
So then, he was the David.
Yes. So one sister told him, "You are neither Goliath, you are neither David. But be very careful that these people are people of God."
He did not still hear all these
Yes.
words. It is a terrible thing, as the word of God says, to fall into the hands of the Lord. Because when you fall into the hands of the Lord,
who will rescue you?
Will rescue
Nobody.
You? And the people of God,
they are still living up to this day.
They are still living up to today.
Yes.
So this is really a miracle, and it is also encouraging to those who are still going through a lot, going through persecution. If God is with you, be rest assured He will fight for you. So how did you guys survive, still continuing to live in this village where nobody likes you?
Well, after we came back, we started asking God where to go.
Yeah, because the persecution was really intense.
So prayer was going on. I was praying. My brother was praying. Then later I dreamt about Moyoka. But I look at my 5 children and I don't have nothing doing. How can I go to Moyoka and rent a house? In renting a house, how can I be meeting up? So I decided no. I said I will not go to Manyamen. We praying. But I went to Moyoka. Yeah. Later was that as I was praying, God revealed to me that I was in Manyamen. That Bible says it's an unclean.
So when Mama was talking about Moyoka, is it that she had seen Moyoka?
No, I shared with her. I shared with her. So she also wanted us to leave.
Yeah.
But later, God also passed through her that we should go to Manyame. That's how now we went to Manyame.
And declared Babesewan an unclean place.
Yes. I saw a dream. That dream, there was somebody in the sky who was telling me that Babese is an unclean place. I said, yes, that is why I am in Manyame, to feel myself before I go where I'll be going.
And you have been in Manyame since 2005, I think.
2005.
At least 20 years.
Yes.
So about 20 years in Manyame.
Yes.
And when you saw that you were in Manyame, to prepare yourself before you go to where you are going, 20 years later, do you think you are still supposed to go somewhere that God is leading you to? Or have you just put that aside?
God never fails his promises. If the vision comes from God, then there will be a time that God will have a revelation where I was standing. Then I was facing the east in that dream. And then the sun was shining upon me very hard. And all my body was like having current. Yes. So I was shaking like this, shaking like this, like this. Then I make a statement in my heart, in our language, that the power is too much. The things went down. But the thing was still shining.
Yeah.
So then I saw the devil by my left hand side with the tail and horn. And they said that he declared fine. So are you not seeing how the place is dirty? I said, if I was not clean fine, the place would have been clean like this. I got up from that dream.
Okay.
So I know there is something that is ahead of me. Okay. I know it.
Do you think you are preparing for what is ahead of you?
Yeah, I am preparing. I know if I know one day, God will remove me and send me elsewhere.
Okay, so we are going to go for a short break and we are going to come back. And now I would like us to talk about how it has been while living in Manyame, coming back to work again in the land of Babesewan. Why did you not just abandon everything when you guys first left in 2005? Why were you going and coming? And you tell us about the latest persecution which you just had. Thank you guys. Stay tuned for the final part of our podcast. Thanks for keeping with us.